Here's the thing. I am not a life coach. But if I was, this would be one of the first pieces of advice I would give anyone. Invest in your brand. Pretty much everything I watch or listen to lately is of a motivational nature, whether it's a book I'm reading on creating good habits, whether it's a podcast I'm listening to that's motivational, or whether it's our own podcast here at the Unscrewed Mind. I'm trying to learn something a little bit more about myself. And when I hear something that gives me an aha moment, or I'm like, wow, that's an amazing thing to contemplate, I write it down. One thing I heard recently, and I absolutely could not shake it: invest in your brand. And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. It's interesting to think about how companies spend millions upon billions of dollars researching, investing in, testing their brands before they roll it out to the public. And how often do we think about what our brand is, or what we're advertising to the people in our lives, or maybe the people that we bump into, or complete strangers that are, thinking about who we might be behind the visage that we put out to the people. And I'm not saying that you should be worried about what someone thinks about you. That's not the point of this at all. Shouldn't you be worried about what you think about yourself? If everything in your life was condensed down to a 30-second commercial or plastered on a billboard, what would that billboard say about you? And how would you feel when you looked at it? It's an interesting thought. Invest in your brand. Does your life reflect the person that you want to be? If not, here is your wake-up call to start investing in your brand today. But Matt, I don't know how to invest in my brand. Well, what kind of life coach would I be? And I'm not a life coach, but what kind of life coach would I be if I didn't give you at least a couple steps that you can start using today to begin investing in your brand? I'd be a terrible one. So, here are a couple tips. Step one, in my opinion, is to create an image of yourself. If you could mold the perfect version of you, what would that perfect version look like? You're gonna have to get deep here. You're gonna have to ask some questions of yourself that maybe you're not used to answering. And here's a pro tip: write these down. And here's some example questions that you can use to kind of drill down into the person that you want to be. Actually, before we do that, let me go get a pen and a piece of paper. Got it. So here are some questions. And again, what you should be doing is taking a moment to write out answers to these. And the first couple are going to be really hard, and then the next couple are going to be really, really easy. Here's some example questions though. What skills do you have? What kind of job do you want? How do you treat yourself and others? What is your environment like? How do you like to dress? What are your core values? What are you known for? And again, this is not the person that you are today. This is the person that you dream of being, or that you want to be. This is the version of you that's going to accomplish all of your dreams. So answer the questions from that point of view. Step two, align your values with those of your future self. What you want to do here is take stock of who you are today. Find some of the obvious gaps, the contrasts, the differences between who you are now and who you want to be, and simply make note of them. One point of caution here: the goal is not to be hard on yourself or make a really long list of all the places where you realize that you're falling short. The goal is just to make note of a couple of the obvious ones so that we can move on to step three, which is where the real fun begins. The goal is simply to become aware of the things that you want to work on. So don't kill yourself. You know what I mean. Like, you shouldn't ever think about killing yourself. Just don't be hard on yourself. That's what I mean. Don't be hard on yourself. Here is where the fun begins. Step 3, start building your brand today. Take the most glaring contrast between who you are now and who you want to be and add that to your life immediately. Immediately. Does the new you read more? Start today. Does the new you exercise more? Or at all? Start today. Volunteer. Start today. Do their hair different. Wear different clothes. Drive a different car. Go to church. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's a contrast, if it's something that you want your future self to do more of, start doing it today. Don't wait. Don't fall victim to the disease of tomorrow. Get started on it today. It is so hard not to look at yourself in the video that's just off to the side of the camera. Training yourself to look in the lens is freaking difficult. It's very difficult. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this vlog style video. I enjoyed making it. It's an interesting change from just having a camera on a desk in the same place all the time and kind of being able to move around and feel like you can use the space. If you made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you. If you are here right now, I would appreciate some feedback as well. Let me know if you like this style video, if you want to see more of this style video, or if it doesn't really matter what kind of video it is. You just enjoy my face in the content. We'll see you next time, and start investing in your brand today.